Utah Jazz president of basketball operations, Danny Ainge. He is not done out here wheeling and dealing, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy. Obviously, he just got rid of, Donovan Mitchell. We all know what happened with Gobert, but he has Jordan Clarkson, Boyan Bogdanovic, and also Mike Conley, and Lord knows who else on the trading block, ladies and gentlemen. This guy's looking to completely revamp this roster. He's looking to do what he did in Boston. He's looking to, it's something similar to what's going on in Oklahoma City, but it's looking crazy. He's going to gut this whole roster and rebuild it in his own image, and it's going to be crazy how it's done. It's going to be many takers. Let me know your thoughts on this, man. We about to get into it, man. Danny Ainge is a shrewd operator. This man tried to fleece New York. He got rid of Donovan Mitchell. He unloaded him for Sexton, marketing some picks. It is what it is. The man is loaded with first-round picks. Utah could go in a multitude of directions the next couple of years, whether they want to build through the draft, make a crazy trade. They have all of the ammunition to do everything. Their future is going to be bright just because they are fully investing in the future. They're not playing with the future. They are fully investing their franchise in the future when you stockpile all of these first-round picks. So what? They're looking to get off some more. Let me tell you something right now. Jordan Clarkson has been balling. Let me tell you something. I know that people looked at him like a laughing stock, especially in the beginning years of his career. He went to Cleveland. People always looked at what these players couldn't do, but Jordan Clarkson is the truth. He's coming into his own at the age of 30. The man is just coming off 16 points per game, shooting 41% from the field, 31% from three, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. The season before that, last season, 2 seasons ago, not this one that just passed, he put up 18 points per game. He actually shot a little bit better. And that's when I believe they were the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. He shot 42% from the field and 34% from 3. So this guy clearly is a guy who could be on a winning team, a key component on a winning team. This guy is going to have a host of suitors. You understand? Jordan Clarkson. You could put this guy anywhere. Could he go back to the Lakers and the Laker reunion? You think about it. The way these players are playing now, they're playing like the way the Lakers envisioned them to play right out the gate. And it wasn't fair, because the Lakers put unrealistic expectations on players. They never let the development seen through. They never really let it see through. But it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts on Jordan Clarkson. Where do you think he would land? And definitely, who needs him the most? I could see him going anywhere. Definitely a playoff threat. Let me tell you something right now. Boyan Bogdanovic. This guy right here is a lethal 3-point shooter. This man is coming off averaging 18 points per game, shooting 45% from the field and 38% from 3. So clearly this guy is the truth. At the 3-point line, 38% from 3. He is going to have a host of suitors. So don't be surprised if the Utah Jazz and Danny Ainge don't get some more first-round picks off of these people. Let me tell you something. It's going to be, everybody needs some shooters. And Clarkson could be deadly off the bench for somebody. Could you imagine, getting a Jordan Clarkson, man, off the bench, for a championship team, or even a Jordan Clarkson coming in and starting for a young upstart team. Teams need to look at players like these guys, man, because they could be key components in winning, and that's what you need. Like I said, let me know your thoughts on him. He's tearing it up. Also overseas for FIBA basketball. Mike Conley Jr., the veteran. I mean, what more can we say about him? I mean, the consummate professional, man. This guy's a beast. He was brought in for a reason. They gave up a whole lot to get Mike Conley to pair him up with Donovan Mitchell. I would say it was a success. They just couldn't get it done in the playoffs. They were like a shot away, in the bubble from doing things. They had a lot of breaks, They just couldn't get over the hump. You know, it was unfortunate because Conley came from Memphis to Utah to try to do something. You know, his last season in Memphis, the man averaged 21 points per game, shooting 43% from the field, 36% from three. So he clearly wanted to make a sacrifice when he went to Utah, of all places. He didn't ask to go to a major city. He went to Utah, and he got them to becoming the #1 seed in the Western Conference, able to relieve a lot of pressure off of Bogdanovic Mitchell. You know, he made sacrifices. When they were the #1 seed, he averaged 16 points per game and shooting 44% and 41% from three. So this guy right here could be used for a lot of different reasons, whether for a championship team, to relieve a player who may need to get off the ball, you know, to kind of ease up the offense and make sure things are running smoothly. Mike Conley Jr. could be used in a multitude of different ways. Let me know your best thoughts on where he can be moved to and what happens. Could it be a Memphis reunion? You know, I would love to see him backing up, Ja Morant, things of that nature, anywhere. This guy could be used in a lot of different ways. So definitely let me know your thoughts. This is definitely a crazy situation that Danny Ainge is out here doing, man. It's crazy, but it's proven to be successful. So what can we say at this point, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this guy's looking to try to accumulate as many assets as possible. It's selfish, but if you're the Utah Jazz, you're loving it, because it's just strictly for their interest. Most teams, they do deals, in the best interest of the player. Utah didn't really do that. They unloaded these players, both of them to good situations if you're talking about Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. But it's wild, But they got a host of assets, especially what he got for Gobert. I mean, that changed the game. He knew it was no way he was going to get that. I think the NBA had to intervene and say, come on, man, realistically, you are not going to get all of those picks. I don't know what Minnesota was thinking, but they Minnesota. That's why they did it. It is what it is. They in a lot of turmoil, too. They got to make sure they keep their guys, but they did with it. They better make sure it work out because Minnesota, they mortgaged the future. So this team better win a championship in their humble opinions because they're going to be together for a while, so they invested in their roster. But shout out to Utah. If you're a Utah Jazz fan, let your voice be heard. Let me know what the hell Danny Ainge is doing. I know it's the end of an era for y'all. Definitely take some notes out here. Salute to the whole everybody rocking with Flight Sports. We're going to keep bringing more content to the people. If you're new, most definitely hit that subscribe button. If you want to support the channel, we will have a description box. We will have a link in the description box below this video if you want to take your support to the next level. It's Flight Sports TV.